Okay, I'm about to start a turn here. I've taken my 3 golem workers. I'm sending one over here to the rare earth mine, and my locomotive, which I've already built, indicating that I built it here with this gear and upgraded it, so that using steam, after my free trip to the mine, I can send it to the mine again or to any of the other facilities, spending 3 steam to do so. But to start with, he's going to get his free trip to the mine, and I'm going to send a golem for more rare earths at the mine, 1 for copper and 1 for iron. I'm not going to put any on my steam boiler this time. I'm just trying to get some extra resources, and I'm going to take my Alchemy Lord character and put him here to indicate that I'm going to draw an extra apparatus card out of the deck. These are just some examples of the apparatus cards that help me in my alchemy experiments over here. And this is my apprentice. I'm going to send him over here to supercharge one of my golems. So after I animate them, one of them will bring back extra resources. So I'm going to roll my dice, not this one, that's the Philosopher's Stone. The Chrysopoeia would give me 1 gold, which I'm using these for gold right now since coins just didn't seem right as much for this game. So I would add 1 gold. This is where I store them on my chrysometer, and I don't know if that's focusing very well. And those can be turned in for extra resources, or I can use them to, during an alchemy experiment, add an extra crystal of prima materia if I turn in 5. And we'll go into that more on the next video. But basically, flames go on the boiler. If there's no golem on the boiler, the flames only give me 1 point of steam. If there is a golem there, it would give me 5. Now I can allocate the rest of these dice however I want. This one will only give me 1 resource, this will give me 3, and this will give me 4. Normally they can only bring back 2, these golems here. The rest will stay in the wastelands, which is another board that I didn't set up, but that's where we can all fight over the extra resources, compete for them as they build up. But because I can supercharge one of my golems with this action, I'm going to put the 4 on the golem who is at the mine. So since he's supercharged, instead of bringing back 2 and leaving 2 behind, he's going to bring all 4. The Chrysopoeia symbol can be used as a wild for 1 through 4, any of those symbols. So I'm going to go ahead and use him there. Since I don't really want to have any of them bring back 1, I'm not going to use that die. I'm going to use this one for 3. So this one I would gather 2 iron and leave the 3rd one behind in the wasteland. This one I'm going to count it as 4 as well, because I want to leave 2 in the wasteland so that I can try to go for them later. And the other 2 I'll gain as resources. And this one will give me a bunch of rare earths. I get 2 from my locomotive, and my supercharged golem, instead of leaving 2 behind, he's going to bring all 4. So that means I would collect 6. And I would draw them from a bag, but over here you can see this is where I'm collecting my oxides, my alkalis, and my white salts. And as you can see here, those are the 3 different types of ingredients. This card calls for 2 salts and 2 oxides. This one calls for 1 oxide, 3 alkalis, and 2 salts. And we'll get into that one in just a minute.